This video is about Standard 2 Content Pedagogy. This standard emphasizes candidates being able to develop as reflective practitioners and demonstrate effective implementation of educational technologies and processes based on contemporary content and pedagogy. So I have 9 artifacts for this particular standard. I'm going to talk about just a few of those. One of them that I forgot all about until I went back and I put all this together was my course blog for my technology integration course. I was pretty amazed at how much assessing and evaluating I really did. I really had a lot of inquiry going on in my blog, thinking about the adequacy of learning and evaluating my instruction, evaluating what I created, and evaluating really how it works in the classroom. There are some times where things that we were asked to do, like game-based learning, I've struggled with that because my focus for that class was ceramics. And basically, it's not really a place you play games, it's a place you make things with clay. So that was a really tough one, but I found some really interesting aspects of gaming that students could use. So that was very enlightening to me, and really assessing, is it worthwhile, evaluating the purpose for those games in the classroom when and if I ever do have to go online teaching with ceramics. That actual lesson that I created for the game-based learning is going to come in really handy. Another set of artifacts I'd like to talk about is in the using category, in implementing appropriate technologies and educational technologies and processes based on appropriate content pedagogy. And the two that I could really think of that stood out the most to me were from my 502 class, which was web design. Wow, that was a tough class for me at first, but once I got the hang of HTML and CSS and a lot of the different aspects of designing in Dreamweaver, I really started becoming very interested in website design and construction. So both of the artifacts I created for that particular course that fit this category were the virtual field trip. That virtual field trip I decided to do, I call it Touch the Past. And it's about ceramics in the world. And boy, it's really hard to capture the history of ceramics in one website. But what I did was I made it a project-based learning activity, and I divided the time periods of art history regarding ceramics into different pages. And at the very top, you can see that there are a variety of different time periods, and the activities are very clear underneath. There's even a driving question for each one and similar questions for each activity along the way. It's really geared towards students working collaboratively, and one group doing one time period, another group doing another time period, and then at the very end, the whole idea is they would share their learning with other people. So that's basically what project-based learning is all about, creating, making, and then sharing with others. The other activity that I really enjoyed was the M-learning activity, the mobile learning. And I designed a website that my students can use and could use today if we went to the Seattle Art Museum. So there's research they have to do ahead of time, and then based on that research, they go to the museum and they follow along on the web-based platform that the museum provides and the activities that I provide. They answer questions, there's documents they can look at, they discuss with each other, they can even record audio of themselves having a conversation. Once again, this one is a project-based lesson where students are together in groups and they're relying on each other for their learning and their inquiry, which is definitely sustained inquiry with all of these assignments. So those artifacts really show my proficiency in content pedagogy for Standard 2.